Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your daily collective reading and welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you returning, welcome back. We appreciate all of your love and support. This is going to be a daily collective reading for everybody. This may resonate for you. This may not resonate for you. So take what is yours, leave the rest behind. I'm going to go ahead and do this for the weekend energy. So we're looking at November 4th, November 5th, November 6th. Didn't get a video out yesterday. Yesterday was a little crazy. It happens. That's my life. Nothing is ever written in stone, sadly. But that's all right. Just go with the flow always. So, guys, I am available for personal readings on a limited basis, and that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. What else? I think that's about it. I hope everybody's had a good week so far. It's Friday. Yay. Exciting. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the energies for you guys this weekend and see what's happening. All right. Energies for this weekend for the collective, please, Spirit. Divine Feminine and Sacral Chakra. So I tried to record Capricorn's video the other day and I kept getting interrupted, so that was not happening. And then last night I made an attempt to do a video for today, and it was real weird. So I don't know, we'll see. I wasn't feeling it. I don't know, something seemed off to me. So and if you guys hear this buzzing in the background, I don't know what's going on around here, but I apologize for that humming sound. It's been going on all morning. So all right, for the daily collective dynamic. Well, it's funny because the one card that came out last night when I was trying to do the reading for today was Divine Masculine, and it came out again. So, and you have 23, 33, and 22. Interesting to me. And bear with me as I'm still getting over a sinus infection that just seems to linger. So 23, dynamic. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. I like that, though. You may be finding new dynamics around you. You may be seeing a group of people around you that are becoming very different than maybe ones you've dealt with in the past. You know, as our energy changes, we bring in people around us that are more of our vibrational frequency. Interesting too, side note, that when I was trying to do the reading last night, just to have it ready for you guys today, Spirit kept spitting things out to me so fast I couldn't keep up, and I was like tongue-tied basically. So some of you, I would take that as some of you may be having a hard time communicating, or you're thinking so much you can't get the words out. That's how that comes across to me. So try to slow down the pace, stay out of nervous and anxious energy as well at this time. 33, miracle. The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as part of source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. To me, that's very much about holding faith, holding out on faith that whatever this new dynamic is going to be very fruitful for you one way or another. And then the Divine Masculine card, which again came out last night. So, you know, Spirit's always like, hey, here you go, right? The frequency of Divine Masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself from helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. When I think about the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine energy, the feminine, as we talked about the other day, because that came out, and I said, you know, I feel like for a long part or a lot of this year, we were sitting in Divine Masculine energy, you know, bossing up, taking charge, doing the things that we needed to do. And I felt that the feminine was also coming in, opening up that heart space that we've talked about so much during the daily collectives this, you know, the past month. You know, things were shifting. We needed to nurture the things we've built, but I also feel like you're in a new creative stage where dynamics are changing, right? Whether it was, you know, work, home life, relationships, whatever it might be. Maybe where you thought you had found some kind of peace, you're finding that you did create small situations, small endeavors that were, they felt good, they were different, but in the same breath, recognizing maybe what doesn't work, or maybe trying something new and finding that it's not for you, and that's okay. So then in turn, you know, that divine masculine, again, stepping up, bossing up, taking charge of your life, taking charge of the situations around you, not so much from an ego space, and make sure that you're staying out of that if you are, that just something needs to change. It's not working out the way that you had hoped that it would. So now it's creating a new way of doing things for yourself and for those around you. So I don't think that's a bad thing. And trusting, it's trusting and having faith of what spirit is bringing to you. We always have to have faith in the process and trying to release control. And I know I talk about that so much as well. Fulfillment and High Priestess of Earth. So getting grounded, right? Grounding, nurturing ourselves, nurturing the situations around us, knowing that our wish fulfillment is outside of where we've been. You also, for some of you too, Spirit is saying that you may also be seeking to things outside of yourself. And this came up last night again. You may also see things coming back around. I've got another 3 and another 2 sitting here. So you've got 23, 33, 22, 3 and 2, and then 6. You know, things may be coming back around, you know, and a lot of times that's how I see that, and put that with the 6. That's how I see it often. Behind that is self-worth, and that's 32. So you've got 2s and 3s across the board the whole way. It's crazy. Minus that 1 6, which again is bringing things back around. To me, if you're dealing with a love situation, you're trying to keep your feet on the ground. You're trying not to get in the headspace, not trying to be daydreamy, not trying to romanticize or fantasize about things that are not filling of you, but also knowing that there's like this underlying breeding sense that it would just be nice to be comforted, to be felt, to be heard, to be seen, but also discerning, you know, and that lust can come from a space of like, it's devil energy, right? Obsession, thoughts, sex, drugs, alcohol, whatever it might be. Pay attention to this desire that you're having. And that may be that need to switch that dynamic up. You may see things exiting your life at this time. We have the full moon coming up on Monday, Tuesday. You know, you may just see things shifting at this time, and let it happen. If it doesn't feel right, you need to let it go. Let it go and move forward from that space as well. 5s, when you break these down, lots of 5s on the board. That change needs to occur. Allow this change to happen. You may be uncomfortable in that change. You know, as humans, we don't do uncomfortable very well. We don't like uncomfortable, but it does need to occur. It absolutely, you know, that's the one consistent thing is that everything is constantly changing, right? So let it change. Let it do what it needs to do for you, as I always say. But trust that in this process, it's going to open you up. When you set in that divine masculine energy too, it can be the need to take control. And with that lust card, kind of like the devil card there to me, don't do it from the wrong space. Don't do it from the ego. Don't do it from obsession and control. It's time to let go of control, okay? So make sure you're not hanging on to that, keeping your feet to the ground, right? Maybe you know what works for you, what doesn't. But don't try to control a situation. All right, let's see. All right, we got the 5th chakra that came out, another 5. Card breaks down to a 3 though, another 3. So 3s, 2s, and 5s may be very important to you right now. Spirit for the collective, please. For the collective, please. And 22, again. All right, yin and yang, right? That masculine, feminine energy. Trying to find the mix of the two. Make sure you're not taking things from a hostile approach either. You know, when we're saying things, doing things, make sure they're coming from the right space. And then financial constraints, which breaks down to a 4. I do feel like an attachment. I do feel like these messages are going to be separate. This isn't going to flow just as one. With these three cards in particular. And then you've got 4, 4. So 3, 4, 4. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's do some clarifying, right? Financial constraints. Yeah, can be you feeling emotionally unhealthy, emotionally lacking. This can be actual financial constraints as well. You know, trying to save up, maybe feeling a little empty inside at this time as well. It might have just been a long week. Spirit saying it might have been a long week for some of you. So, you know, it's all right. It'll be fine. All right. saying, I get random messages at times, and I tell people all the time, like, this is not, Spirit gives this to me, it's meant for somebody, right? I know, like, you know, one-on-one readings, I know exactly who it's for. For collective reading, you know, I put those messages out there because it may be for you, it may not be for you. Again, discernment, right? But Spirit is saying, heaven's lending a helping hand. So, you know, whatever you put your faith into, but that's the way that my guides are presenting it to me. Heaven is always ready to offer you a helping hand. Okay, well, okay, we'll take that too. So we've got the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Star, clarifying the throat chakra. And that is Archangel Gabriel. I feel like there's a lot of, Spirit is saying, uneasy disappointments attached to this. If this is your story, if this is for you, I feel like, honestly, there's a financial situation around you that you're like, I'm not sure how to get out of this. I don't even know how I got into this. Feeling stuck and constrained by finances. So if you've got a plan of, and they're saying buying a home, making a move at this time, something that you have looked forward to for some time, you want to make a move at this point, but you're not able to. So it's like, I feel there's a new way, and I talked about those creative endeavors, right? There's a new way of doing things that's being presented to you, and I feel like there's a time and a need to speak about this, you know, to express your concerns. For some of you, Spirit's also saying that you're not expressing your feeling of lack with partnerships as well. If you're not emotionally fulfilled, because there's not a single cup here yet, you know, are we talking about where our disappointments are? Are we being open and honest and raw with ourselves as well as the person that we're dealing with, or the situation that we're dealing with, of how it's leaving us feel at the end of the day? And I think this is, I'm going to call it a temporary setback to this. I don't think this is a permanent thing, but to me, you may be giving a lot, not getting very much back in return, trying to put yourself out there and express it. But I feel like a lot of the thought patterns that are coming in at this time are not healthy ones. And there, again, that lust card, that some underlying energy as well is creating an idea that you're just not capable, or you're doubting yourself at this time. You're doubting what you've, you know, put some time into, some effort into. Don't get caught in that headspace, because that will derail everything you've done. And even if there's certain situations right now that aren't working out to your better benefit, there's still hope. There's always hope to be had. There's always something that can be done, shifted, changed. Don't take it as all is lost. And I kind of feel like, you know, that's kind of how it appears to me. It's like all is lost. And if you're talking about how everything is lost rather than how everything can be gained, remember, you're setting up, you're putting those words out there to the universe. You're going to create more of that. So be very cautious in that energy, that you're not manifesting. Remember, we manifest from good and bad places, whether we recognize it or not. Be careful that you're manifesting in a positive way. Spirit's saying sometimes certain things just aren't meant to be given back. So again, to whoever this is for, you know, like if you're finding yourself in this position of, like, you feel like you're giving and nothing is in return, you've not found vibrational matches, or you're being guided by Spirit that that's not the direction. There's a reason that it feels bad, is you're missing a key point. You're missing something that's going to get you to where you want to be, and whatever it is that you're investing your time, energy, and effort into right now is not, and it probably has to do with a lacking mentality of, why don't I have this, or I can't have that. I always tell everybody constantly, I tell my daughter, can't is not a word. Can't is a made-up word. It's not that we can't. There's always going to be another way. There's always going to be finding that willpower within you to change the attitude attached to whatever your situation might be, and how we address that moving forward. If you're in a lack mentality, you're going to keep lacking. So it's trusting the divine process that they're going to guide you to where you need to be. And for some of you, I think this is going to turn out to, you know, better foundations at the end of the day. So we'll see. All right, all right, yin and yang. Let's see what's going on. Son of Pentacles, Mother of Pentacles. I'm going to take those two. when it comes to finances, so interestingly enough, you can't make this up. Last night, I forget what card it was clarifying, but the Son of Pentacles and the Daughter of Pentacles came out to clarify. We've got that yin and yang, that masculine, feminine energy sitting there with the Mother of Pentacles as well. So totally about, Spirit is saying financial endeavors, right? They're not so nice sometimes. At what point did you stop caring? It's what Spirit's giving me. At what point did you stop caring about something? When we get lackadaisical, and we don't make movement into situations, like I feel like there's an expectation of jumping from this Knight of Pentacles into this Page of Pentacles. Spirit is reminding you that slow and steady wins the race with that Page of Pentacles, right? He takes his time. He doesn't hurry up. He's learning new skills. He's learning a way around things. He's got to try something different. And if you've done something the same way over and over and you've never gotten a different result, right? Definition of insanity, doing something over, expecting a different result and it never working out, right? So you're being asked to stop being in this stubborn energy. It's like a bucking of the horns kind of stuff of like, I have to do it my way. I feel like Spirit is redirecting you at this time, and let Spirit redirect you. If this is finances, home, material possessions, Spirit again is saying not everything that's glittery, material-wise, is gold. So if you've like invested or thought about buying a new truck and the market's crazy right now and we're sitting in some recession type energy, can't afford that new truck, whatever it might be aware that this is just for now, but it's going to take time. And for those of you that are rebuilding your lives in some capacity, you're not gonna hit queen status overnight. It took a while to get you to where you are. It's going to take a little while to get you back to where you need to be, but you also have to nurture what you're doing. So saving, and I remember Daily Collective, maybe another sign, I can't remember now. It's about nurturing your pentacles, right? It's about nurturing, maturing, holding those things on high, treating them well. The Queen of, or Mother or Queen of Pentacles, either one, however you want to describe it. She's very, very well resourced, very well put together, very grounded, very responsible in what she does, but she also nurtures. She's a nurturer. The queens are nurturers always, right, to some degree, except she got old Queen of Swords. It becomes a little bit of a different scenario. But I do feel like you're gaining strength, but don't take that into a negative space. Again, like I feel there's this negative energy surrounding this, or an obsessive kind of energy as well. You want to reach your wish fulfillment. You will get your wish fulfillment. And I think for a lot of you too, this is learning how to collab with different people around you so that you can make something happen in a different way. There was a thing on Facebook a long time ago, and I know I've posted it. You guys, side note, can find me on Facebook at Indigo Moon WV. If you're looking for me on there. So that's my business. But anyhow, but it said something about, you build a home dozens of times with other people thinking that that's going to be your safe haven. But what we fail to realize is that the safe haven is within us. So even if you're doing this with material possessions, you're doing this with other people, you're doing this with business, like start with you. Start with you, because if you are well, everything around you is going to fall into place with you. So don't just see it as one way. There's a need to do this differently. That those horns there stick out to me, like he's just abruptly going, no, I'm going to do it my way. It's time to get out of that stubborn energy and address it differently for yourself and for whatever you're trying to create, right? Spirit is also say somebody will pull through. So if you're waiting on a decision, you're waiting on some news, some information, they may be in a little bit of limbo right now, but Spirit's saying that it's going to pull through. So be patient. Also, patient, slow, steady wins the race. Nice and patient. All right, for this financial constraint, Spirit. Whoops. You've got the Four of Swords and the Six of Wands. I like that energy. And then you've got the Father of Pentacles, and you've got a divine pairing here, Mother and Father of Pentacles. There's work that needs to be done, both emotionally and in the material world. To me, if we all go through ebbs and flows, right? Like we go through highs, we go through lows, we go through all these different things. Emotionally one day we're well put together, composed. The next day we've hit a low point. Tomorrow we feel high again. Like you're always riding the flow. As long as you're staying the course, you're staying steady, things will be addressed accordingly. See this Four of Swords with this particular card, it's like a bright idea to me. Doing something differently. Yes, taking the time to pause, rest, and reflect, but also knowing that I want to say you've been here before. Not just in the soul agreement aspects of things, but you've been here before, that you've maybe been in a position in the past where you felt a lack of love, a lack of nurture, a lack of finances, a lack of whatever it might be. You've always bounced back. What tells you that you won't bounce back this time other than your own mind? So I think it's important to understand that this emptiness that you're feeling is only temporary. This is not going to last. It's just for now. And you have to remain patient through this process. Work on the things that are coming in for you that you know that you need to address. It might be a little uncomfortable at this time to do that, but there's a very strong need to do that. And it's asking you to grow and evolve. And through that, you do find success. Through that, you do see, it's the need to see the silver lining in the clouds right now as to how things can be, work out on a positive note rather than on a negative. So, pay attention to that. It's very important to know that, I want to say, I can remember a time in my life where I had like $5 in the bank, and I'm like, living paycheck to paycheck, trying to figure life out. And then there was days that I had, tons of money in savings and life was good and I never needed or wanted for anything. You learn to balance those things out. Life has its ups and its downs. And for, everything that we do, good karma, right? Like we're rewarded. We're always going to get back what we put out there. And if you're doing good things and you're giving good things, success is always going to be around the corner. If you're working with spirit, you're not sitting in stubborn energy, you're not sitting in the ego, good stuff is going to come to be. So it's, you get to decide. We still have free will. We always have free will. What we're going to put out there is what we're going to get in return. So again, if you're in the state of lacking, whether it's emotionally or whatever, you're going to get some more of the same, and understand that you hold yourself on high. And that's the thing that spirit keeps saying to me, hold yourself on high. Hold yourself in a valuable position. Value who you are, what's within you. The victory is to come. It will come. Things may be slow moving. Again, another energy of slowness here, but it's coming. Be patient with yourself, okay? Be patient with yourself and others at this time. Life is not a finish line. There's no finish line. We're going through it. We're handling the soul, right? All right, guys, let's get you a card of advice. And then can't clear up this raspiness at all right now. I don't know what's going on. It's driving me crazy. All right. Stay out of that lack mentality, definitely. All right. The card that came out is number 18, which breaks down to a 9, Tantra of 639 Hertz. So I really feel like for a lot of you, this is emotional. Trying to fill some voids, feeling that you're lacking, feeling that things aren't working out, expressing yourself, not feeling stable, or even feeling like you can't find somebody who is stable, somebody that's got their shit together, right? But understand this divine feminine masculine energy also appears on this card to me too. It's the need and desire to be loved and supported, to be held, to feel comforts, to step into our own space, but yet to take somebody along that journey with us. But also don't grab onto something simply because it's there, because it's comfortable. So be discerning of that nature. The right Spirit is saying the right thing will come along in the right time. So pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. All right, so I'm going to give you the book definition of this. And then there it is. All right, so, and this is the White Light Oracle by Alana Fairchild. So be open to, what I just say, oh gosh. Be open to that which seems unfamiliar or different. You will experience a breakthrough as you embrace an unusual approach. You are on a soul path of accelerated spiritual growth, which is swifter but not always easier. You do not have to contrive your own happiness, but you can dip into the bliss within your own body to lighten your mental state and remind yourself everything is working out beautifully. Tantra is the conscious creative intermingling of the sacred masculine and sacred feminine energies that dwell within every human heart. Guys, you can't make it up. Like, it's after all these years of doing this, like, it's funny, but it's like not funny. Like, I'm just like, here we go. Like, that's exactly right. So when one chooses to honor the interplay of these sacred energies, we become able to engage with the mysteries of our life and respond creatively. Tantra is the refusal to turn away from your life experiences, even the painful ones, because you recognize that with wisdom, spiritual growth can emerge from all things. Tantra is the willingness of your heart to thoroughly embrace that which may be difficult or different to what we expect, and through such open-minded, open-hearted engagement, discover a capacity to love and become wise. Tantra is the sacred relationship of the spirit and the body, which creates the soul with all of its precious gifts of healing, creativity, love, and higher consciousness. The frequency of 639 hertz invokes unity. It moves beneath conflict and grounds us in simplicity, connection, and love. When Tantra of 639 is in a reading, soul connections, whether twin flames, soulmates, spirit guides, or soul tribes, which I talked about, that dynamic, those new people, those collaborative people, are especially significant to our spiritual growth. This frequency enhances the capacity for conscious and healing interaction between those who have been at odds. It is a loving cosmic bliss bomb which breaks the toxic grip of ego and facilitates soul growth, connection, and karmic healing. If you have been working through relationship issues, this oracle brings good news of healing and resolution. This frequency also clears and strengthens the energy flow through the inner systems of the body, promoting cellular renewal. I lost my space. Okay. The heart healing brought by this frequency heightens our spiritual awareness so we can navigate in both our relationships and our environments with more discernment and skill. When we cannot control our environments, we can work to become masterful of our own energy. And there's that sit with yourself, your higher self, right? Or however Spirit worded it to me. The oracle brings reassurance. The frequency reestablishes our connection to the spiritual realms of love, light, and sacred healing beauty. It is the sublime frequency of ecstatic serenity. These beautiful energies can enter our field and create a movable spiritual feast which will nourish, support, protect, and shelter us no matter the environment we may be moving through. The Oracle of Tantra 639 asks you to allow connection. Do not zone out and turn away from what is happening, even when it is painful. Be gentle with yourself, but be persistent on your path. If you cannot proceed along a certain course, find another way and do not abandon your dreams. Be receptive and yet also determined and dynamic. If you have been worrying about a situation, this oracle advises you are working your way through it. Whatever support you need shall be provided, and you are further along than you realize. And I say that and I think about the fact that I just said to you guys that someone's going to come through, right? So whatever this is, it's going to be fine. The highest divine outcome is already being woven through your soul and into your experience. Things may not go to plan, but they are still going to work out. Again, release that control, trust what's coming for you, towards you, what's being removed for your highest good. Go with the flow of that, So guys, if you found this video resonated for you, please hit that like button. That's super, super helpful to me. Subscribe. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. That notification bell is going to be the way you're going to be able to, I guess you call it tailor what you're getting. But you'll get notifications every time a video goes out. I'm going to try to do Capricorn's reading again today. Hopefully we can get that out. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for today. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye.